Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know it's been quite a while since the last video. The last time we made a video, I was ranting and raving about how confident it was Celtic would beat Rangers. We've seen how that ended. I know a lot of Rangers fans have came to the channel asking for my match review, and they're still waiting on it, and they're not going to get it. The time has passed. I have been sick as a dog since, and that is why it's took me so long to make this. So there's a few things to get off my chest. And the first thing is, Happy New Year. To all the subscribers, thank you for making 2019 a successful year still for the channel, despite my lack of, videos over the year. It was a difficult year for me to get round to making videos a lot. Hopefully this year will pick up, but Happy New Year and thank you all for the support in 2019, and let's hope it will continue on into 2020, and let's hope we can make it an even better year for the channel. Number two, talking about this year in the channel, hopefully the quality of videos will be better. Hopefully I can implement a lot of new skill to the channel and such, and hopefully there'll just be more videos. That's all I can hope for coming into this year. And now I know we're basically already a week into the year, and this is the first video. As I said, I've been sick, really sick, and this is the first time I feel like I've had the energy to sit in front of a camera and rant for 10 minutes. So that's why there's not been a video. We've got one now. So that's the second thing to get off my chest. And the third thing to get off my chest is the video itself. So here we are. If you are new to the channel, if you're new in this decade to 9118, make sure to like and subscribe. If you enjoy what you see, I've got to say that at the start of the videos now, apparently, because it helps out. I've been lacking on that. But yes, the match against Rangers, we'll forget about it, we'll move on. I know a lot of Rangers fans will probably click on this to see if I do mention it. Look, we were pish, we lost the game, that's the story, that's it. That's all I have to say. I could have done a full-on review, but, you know what, I saved myself the embarrassment, didn't I? Anyway, today's video, we're going to be talking mostly about the January transfer window. We're going to be talking about the potential comings, the potential goings, everything in between. And hopefully over the week, well, there's no games coming up until later in the month. Hopefully we can fill up the channel with some, some transfer talk videos, some reflection videos, and maybe some general other stuff, just to get some content out there and try to get back into the swing of things as I try and get back on YouTube. Anyway, the first thing we're going to start the video with is that Scott Sinclair looks to be leaving Celtic. Now, I know you know the story by now, I know it's broke, I know the news is out, he's had his medical, he's passed his medical. Scott Sinclair, it looks pretty official that he will be leaving Celtic. We'll probably have the official news come the end of tonight, maybe tomorrow, that he has officially joined Preston North End, and his time at Celtic will be over. But the reason I want to talk about it on the channel is because Scott Sinclair is a player who deserves a lot of appreciation from every Celtic fan. He deserves to be acknowledged. His time at Celtic was nothing short of fantastic. And as the chant goes, magical. A magical player. A player who we were very lucky to have, his early years at Celtic. I say early years, it was only 3 or 4 seasons he's been here. But what a player. Honestly, one of the most gifted players that we have probably seen over the course of the decade just past play at Celtic. What he brought to the club from the minute he came in was absolutely sensational, and he's a player who I think a lot of fans are gutted isn't getting the chance this year that maybe they thought he should have. A player who they thought could have added a lot to this team, considering we've been given chances to players like Lewis Morgan. That seems to be the overall kind of opinion if you look on Twitter and such of Celtic fans. But maybe his time at Celtic is over. Maybe it's time for him to move on now. There's the way of looking at it that the media will say, Celtic are clearing up the wage bill now. He probably wasn't going to sign up another contract unless he did get playing time. Clearly Neil Lennon does not fancy him in the team, and now I do believe he should probably give him more of a chance this season. I think he was a player worthy of it. He clearly worked hard, he got himself into terrific shape, he was always hungry to play by the looks of things, but he just wasn't fancied by Lennon, and it's probably time for him to move on with his career. He is aging, he's in his 30s now. He's a player who wants to play first team football, and he's not going to get it at Celtic, so it's time for both parties to kind of mutually come to this. Instead of just wasting away for 6 months, we get to free up some space in the wage bill. It works out positively for us if you're looking at the way he was not going to get played, but I do wish that we did give him that final opportunity, because everything he gave to Celtic was incredible. His first 2 seasons at the club, he was top goal scorer, he was the magic man, the one you looked at all the time for that spark, that something. And then, as I said, from the minute he came in, he joined that day if we played Hearts. He signed that morning, he came on, he scored a 90th minute winner, or close to 90th minute winner at Tynecastle, and that was his first day. And he continued all the way through. He was our player of the season. As I said, over the course of a decade, it's very hard to pick out players who are more special, more gifted, more talented than him over that 10-year period. He gave so much to the club. He always gave 100%, and to see him go is truly saddening. So it's a big thank you to Scott Sinclair for everything that he has given Celtic over the course of the 3.5 years he's been here. And I'm sure he'll go on to Preston and have a wee successful spell there, and hopefully it goes well from past that, wherever he goes next. As I said, he is ageing. Don't know how much he'll get left out of his career, but he's a really nice guy, as we've seen, and he's a really good player. So thank you, Scott Sinclair. Sad to see him go. I think that comes from all Celtic fans. Personally, yeah, I'm really gutted to see him go, but he wasn't going to get a chance. So it is the right time for him to move on. It's better now we move him on, maybe free up some space to bring in players this January, because here is the next subject we talk about. The January window. What do we have to do? Now, we have seen over the course of the first 6 months of the season how good our team can be. We have had a phenomenal opening 6 months to the season. I think a lot of Celtic fans and a lot of fans of the opposition will be quick to jump on the fact that Rangers just beat us at Parkhead. Yes, it was a humiliating defeat. We played horrifically. We looked as though we had no clue. But you think about the whole 6 month in general, especially after the rocky start, the way we performed in Europe. We won the League Cup. We are sitting top of the league, even though Rangers have a game in hand. We've had a fantastic start, but there is no denying that Celtic have to improve in this January window if the league is going to be as close as what it is at the moment. Now, I have said for a long time I'm very confident of Celtic going on to win 9 in a row, and I'm not going to change that just because Rangers came to Parkhead and beat us. Right, Rangers fans are head over heels, rightfully so. You've came and won your first game at Celtic Park since, the start of the decade, since 2010. That is a huge moment for them. I'm not taking that away from them, but it was only a few months ago we were all over yous at Ibrox, and we easily beat yous there. There's still 6 months to go. I still have confidence Celtic win the title. It's not panic time. It's not, it's not like, oh my god, we need to make 5-6 signings, we have to have a complete overhaul. But what we do need is that depth, because one thing that the Celtic squad has shown over the kind of late period in December was maybe that lack of depth. We've got players coming into the first team and they're just not good enough. Even some of the players who are looked at as first team players and regular starters, one coming to mind is Ball and Golly. They're not good enough, and we need to add into the team. We need to make improvements, and we have to start one player. We've not got Griffiths isn't good enough anymore, and that's a shame to say. Even though I've never been a big pusher of Griffiths on the channel, as you know. He's shown that over the last month. He's been given chances, not good enough. We've still got players like Lewis Morgan getting into the team as well. We've not got a lot of options at centre half either. We do need to make a couple in centre mid as well. We've not got a holding midfielder. There are positions, maybe areas where we need to look on and bring in a couple of players and pick up in these areas to really kind of have the energy and the kind of the long to travel that long haul, to go the full distance and gain an advantage over Rangers and get the points we need to go clear of them, while also competing in European football and a Scottish Cup yet to come. We've got a winter break, which is a time for a lot of players to refresh and maybe gain a little bit more quality, if you like. Players might improve, they might learn from the mistakes in the first half of the season, but it would be nice to bring in some fresh faces, someone who can push other players, add some competition to the team and bring the best out of others. Someone like James Forrest, who I'm a big fan of, who I think a lot of criticism is unfair at times because of how good he has been over the past couple of seasons. He needs competition to push him in that area. And I know I've brought up areas here such as centre back, centre mid, striker, right mid. I'm not saying go out and get 4 or 5 players, but at least a couple just to add that kind of edge to the team, that little bit of competition. Just there'd be a lot of talk of unrealistic ones, Wanyama, bring him back. It's probably not going to happen. It would be lovely if it did, but it's not going to. But if you just bring in players who are going to push and even just motivate around the training ground and such, it would be a fantastic addition. The one we're going to talk about to wrap up the video is the guy that we're talking about from Le Havre, the striker that Celtic have been looking at. Quickly need to get the name pronunciation right, so let me jump back. My apologies if I'm butchering the name beyond belief. Tino Kadewere, is that how you say it? I don't know, but he's the guy from Le Havre we're looking at, the striker, the young man up front who Celtic are looking at as potentially the backup, the heir to the throne of Odsonne Edouard, because we've seen that Griffiths isn't quite good enough. We know Bayo is out and probably not good enough either. We're sticking Morgan up front in cup finals. We do need to bring in someone. This is the boy we're looking at, along with had the talks of Spirar. There's even been talks of Glenn Murray, but this is the boy that it's got more serious about. This is the one where it seems to be a lot more to it, and Celtic have apparently made contact over an official bid. So maybe this is who we turn to. Maybe this is it, but he is playing in League 2, or whatever you pronounce it, like Undu, whatever fucking language, however you speak in French, sorry, whatever, I know what language it is. But League 2 in France, he's got a fantastic record, 17 goals in 19 games this season. The league might not be the top division, it might not be the best of quality, but it's a fantastic record. The thing is the price. Is it worth paying the price that apparently Havre are looking for? They're looking for like apparently £7 to £10 million. It's a lot for a striker. We paid £9 million for Edouard, and he's our first team striker. Are we in the position to pay £7 to £10 million for a backup when there is still other areas to look at as well? Should we look at a cheaper option? Now, I would take him over Glenn Murray, honestly. But that looks as though it's the option and the route that Celtic are going to go down. And yes, if Odsonne Edouard is keen to move on, maybe after this season, if he gets a Premier League look in down there, if someone like a club like Everton or West Ham was to look at him or something like that, if he has a look in there, he'll be off, and then maybe it's justifiable paying the £7 million. But I want the opinion from you guys. What do you think? £7 to £10 million for a backup striker for now? Should we pull that trigger? For someone who's not really proven himself at a top level. We've got to remember, we took the gamble on Edouard. Edouard didn't have a ton of first team experience at a big team. He played for Toulouse, obviously, for a little while, but PSG, he never broke into the team. Never. And we took him in on loan and we saw the quality we got. This is a young guy who is from a very talented nation of footballers and is one of the top players at his team. A team that will, they dance in and out of the league, the top and the second division. So, looking at a player there for potentially Celtic could be top quality moving on to the future as well, and we could perhaps make more money off. But is it worth pulling the trigger right now for the risk? Now, this is 12 minutes long. I'm going to wrap up. I've said most of what I have to say. We'll go more in depth about the transfer window over the next few days, as I have promised. We'll talk about potential targets, what I'd like to see, blah blah blah. We've briefly touched on it. We've touched on Sinclair leaving the club, and we've touched on the potential signing of Cadwell as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, your thoughts up to my thoughts, and if you've enjoyed, like and subscribe. It's been a little bit rambling, rushy, it's my first time back, give me a rest, it's 2020, I'm still recovering. Anyway, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.